Hello and welcome to your final episode of Skitz Bricks, and it's done. Welcome to your first episode of Lucky Duck Bricks. As I'm sure you probably have seen on, well, if you're on the Discord, if you're on the Bricklink Discord, if you're on, where's the camera? Camera's right there. If you're on the Discord, if you're on the, if you see my store on Bricklink, if you ordered from me in the last couple weeks, you will see that our name has changed to Lucky Duck Bricks. This is a play on my last name. This is also a nice homage to the original wooden duck. And so we've changed. The reasons being I wanted something that sounded more professional. Let's see, let's turn this keyboard on. It is on. Wakey. I wanted something that sounded more professional. I wanted something that was something that I wouldn't mind telling people verbally. Skitz Bricks was great for a nice online persona. I've used the name Skitz since I was like 12. So there is a little bit of, I don't know, like people get in trouble for calling themselves schizos or whatever, and if they're not actually schizophrenic and whatever. So I didn't want to cause any issues in that way. Why is this not working? Connected. All right. So I'm not trying to be so politically correct and everything, but also Skitz Bricks is not necessarily the most professional sounding name when it comes to things. It has a nice ring to it, and that's about it. So I wanted to hide the pieces. Just one. Let's see, that's all A still. It's gonna frustrate me. Thought there was plenty of battery. No, cancel. Confirm next. Whatever, we'll just troubleshoot that later. It's always a fun and crazy day here at Skitz Bricks. That worked. Anyhow, where was I? Talking about the name change, yes. So, our name has changed. We being me, myself, and my cats. I wanted something that was more polished, more you could take your kid there kind of thing. I'm trying to I bought a tent. I have plans for tables. I have racks to hang things on, like poly bags and such. So I'm looking to do some more in-person events. And in order to do that, the first step was I needed a proper name and a proper logo. So as I showed the duck a minute ago earlier, that is my current logo. I might choose something a little bit more cheeky, a little bit more fun. But that is currently what we're going with. Ooh, I didn't even get that one. 12. Yes, talking and taking orders at the same time. What could go wrong? Plus, this camera is on my torso harness, so it's mostly obscuring a good portion of my vision. So what truly could go wrong? 1 for A. Are these all just ones? Besides the flames? Cool. Okay. So yes, change the name. I needed a more professional name that was something I would be proud to verbalize, saying Skitz Bricks out loud all the time to random people. Did not necessarily set well with me. If you tell someone in your local chamber of commerce, yes, I work for Skitz Bricks, what the hell is that? Not that they wouldn't necessarily for Lucky Duck Bricks, but Lucky Duck Bricks has a nice ring to it. It has a cheekiness to it. It has Like I said, the connection to my last name, which if you have, I guess if you've ordered from me recently, you may not know, but from the past, the word quack appears in my last name. So yes, I eventually, after trying lots of different names like the Click and Click the Bricks, and there's another one or two in there. They were cool. They sounded fine, but they were a little bit corporate-y sounding and a little bit they weren't warm enough. So Lucky Duck Bricks we landed on. So that's change number 1. Change number 2 is that I am no longer full-time employed at my previous place of employ. Ended up taking a severance with the company, and I am now back to freelance animation and the Lego store. Obviously, at 100 or 200 and something thousand parts, the Lego store is not enough currently to sustain a family. Building it up to do so is in the goals. But the animation is something that I did for 3 years, from 2018 to 2021. Did it through COVID's hardest years. And so back to that. So if you know of anyone who needs some animation work, and I'm talking like, full animation video, full work, or if they need some supplementation, like maybe special effects or compositing for part of the video, that's my kind of thing. If you just need a $100 logo animation, Fiverr is probably going to be better for you. I'm not trying to be a snob. I just need to feed my family, and I can't spend time on things that end up always taking more time than they should. Make sure I get all these right. Order D, order B. That's the danger of talking and picking at the same time, is you can run into some errors. Fortunately, I believe we're doing fine. Yes, so I am no longer full-time employed. My job now is to both find a job and or find freelance work, and then continue to do stuff for the Lego store and build that up. To use that. 67. That's the center, right? Yeah. All right. So yes, I won't lie that it is a little bit stressful, a little bit anxiety-inducing, leaving one's somewhat secure job and moving on to something else. It became more and more clear that it was not going to be a long-term secure thing for me. So I left on my terms. And that is that. 202. Yeah. So yeah. Anyhow, I've recorded, I don't know, lots of content between now and the last video you saw. I just have had zero, both time bandwidth and mental bandwidth to be able to really edit anything and, put together anything, etc. So the next videos you see will probably be like before we went back in time and had a bunch of older content. But I select the content, and Doug selects the content from Day 2 Bricks. I appreciate all of his watching and commenting and questions and everything. So thank you, sir. And thank you everyone else who does watch and I appreciate your views, your occasional comments. That is helpful for me to know that I am not alone and that the world is a big place and full of lots of different people who like lots of different things, and that if something goes awry in one area of life, that there are people out there who are there to be for you in other areas of life. Briefcase. Brown briefcase. I hope that's brown. Is that brown? Class. That's also AA is a decently sized order. 208. I love fig part orders, partly because the pieces tend to be worth more. Oh, hey, you get a free part. And partly because they're just fun. You know, I'm always curious, like, what they're going to build. What kind of characters are they going to make? Or are they just going to turn around and flip it in the store? That's fine. That's what I do. But it's nice to imagine what the end users are doing with my pieces. Oh, no, not do that. Yeah, so I'll talk about the store a little bit. It will be potentially redundant with older content that you might see after this, because I'm going to do my very bestest to get this recorded, cut, and uploaded today. 229 is not here. Let's get this one back too. I'm sorry. Tip this up a little bit, maybe. Feels like it's down too far. It's like trying to get everything's tricky. 229. If I tilt my body backwards, then I can show it to you. There we go. 29. These are all awaiting fig parts. These are all figs and figs parts to upload. Some of them, whoa. Oh, yeah, there's my Lego shirt. Some of the fig parts are needing like hands and whatever, but otherwise it's all pretty much ready to rack. 236. So yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the store and my forgiveness, or my apologies, your forgiveness, if you hear it again and you're like, oh my gosh, he already talked about that back in his final episode of Skitz Bricks and first Lucky Duck Bricks, which might take me longer than this episode to update the YouTube channel. I gotta remember how to do all that. It's been a hot minute, considering this very channel used to be all about Star Trek Fleet Command back before it was all saturated with content creators and people who had way more time to do things than I did. 8 bars for order B used. So, store. We've got a giant lot here. So I have lots of sets to part out. We'll start with this one. This is what throws off my picking times. But anyhow, so about this collection, there's from someone that was local-ish. They dropped it off for me too. They delivered it, which was quite nice. But it had a lot of like Mission to Mars, some old Star Wars, some vintage, lots of other vintage stuff. It had these Throwbots, the Bionicle Throwbots and such. So there was a lot of variation in it, and they delivered it to me and sold it to me for a really good price. And so I have yet to go through. Obviously, have yet to go through all of it, but I got enough uploaded that covered the cost of what I paid for it, just in figs that were uploaded alone. So that was handy dandy. See, good at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Love when you get the carrots, because if you cover it, I don't really show it now, but I can see them glowing in the dark. That's back when Lego did the VIP polybags a year or 2 ago. That's some glow-in-the-dark pieces there. Alright, so 305 is done. 331. I'm sorry, I keep getting sidetracked by picking actual orders that I forget to. What I'm supposed to be talking about. Supposed to be picking orders. Oh yeah. So I listed the pieces. Just ones on all these, right? Yep. A. What's that? 335. Oh, that's order C. The only thing for C so far. All right, so this one is going to be trickier because it's my D&D box, which this is my D&D box, and I have not notated what is what. So I'll need to use my app, which is on the phone, which is currently recording, to be able to pick out which one is that. So I'm going to put those here. So I remember to actually get them for the order. But yeah, he ordered 2 of them. They're still new, sealed. So gotta figure that out, which I'll do another time. Yeah, so I got that. They dropped it off. I paid $600 for it. I've uploaded figs and some nicer parts and some instruction manuals that were in there, and have already uploaded like $700 to $900 worth of stuff. Some of which has sold, which is nice. There was some pretty sweet, I don't know which drawer it's in anymore, but some pretty sweet like sand purple and some sand red. I thought it was around here, but can't find it now. Yeah, I had never actually held sand red and sand purple before, and they were in amazing condition, so it was very, very nice, very cool to hold and to see, and makes you sad for the colors that Lego doesn't make anymore. So that was one acquirement. Let's see. A 23. Order D used 1. F62. Dr. Facilier. Is that new? A 71. Blue. Yep. Order C. 106. Ooh, that's so light bluish gray. 4 of them. Wow, that one looks nastily chewed up. Let's put that to the side. That one's got an obnoxious mark on it. Who put these away? Jordan. It looks like it's got a bite mark. What the? All right, 1, 2. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'll take those 3 out of rotation. 153. I want 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's also order A. 187. Sorry, I can't think and talk and accurately pick all at the same time. Apparently, my mental capabilities are going. 187. It's supposed to be in here. No chat. Let's see. Oh, it's new. You know what? I bet that's supposed to be wide. You see all of my issues here on camera. 187. Nope, not supposed to be 187 wide. F. Okay, so that's from the D&D ones, and those all got put out into these kinds of drawers. There it is. Wow, 230. Definitely not at all. But that should be 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a pretty fun piece. All right, let's fix this now. I don't think there's a way to change it on here. I can change quantities, but I don't think I can change location. So we wake the old machine, and we not type in our pin right when you're watching. All right. I'm gonna go to Bricker. We're going to type in 108.311. Cool. Let's see. Popping up there. And we're going to change location. And so I have the cameras on my chest, remember, so it's kind of in a weird place. This was in wide 230, right? 230? Yeah. We're gonna move. All right, that's taken care of. And then while we're at it, we'll take care of part 4449. Like bluish gray. We're going to change quantity down to, pick out these 3, so we're going to drop down to 12 instead of 15. There's my scratch dent. Save. All right, those issues are addressed. Get some coffee. World's greatest dad. No, I did not buy that for myself. All right, you're done. 195. Perfect. Go to A. Go to A. It's going to need another bucket. 200. Just one of those. Go to A. Mayfig 03. Starfire. Starfire with a little bit of damage, but that was noted. Spiro 197. I am low on superheroes, comparatively speaking. But Starfire is $20. The issue is the other side of her face, the surprised side, is missing part of the print on her mouth. That's order E. That's all there is for E. Okay, now we've got to move this stuff out of the way. What else is new? I got 3 of these guys for myself to build the village and some of those extension mocks that people have been putting on Brickowl. I got to pick out which ones I want to do. Whew, my strap is coming undone. Yeah, don't know where it's supposed to go. That's frustrating. Let's see. I'm going to take you off real quick. And you can watch whatever you can watch that way. Shared this the class of golden cinema. All right. So that's supposed to be here. Okay, so we'll unbuckle this. My phone storage, or my Google storage was running low, so I'm sure it's just absolutely loving this recording. Mostly because it's a whole bunch of video that I've shot and not yet uploaded or downloaded to my computer to edit. So it's just floating around in the Google space, and Google's, I'm sure, upset about that. Not really. They're happy to tell me that I should spend more money on storage. Alright, so make sure we don't tighten it over the power button. This clip would be cut short. We're already at 25 minutes. Alright, so, yeah, about 3 the Viking Village to be able to build my own sets, and 1 for Lego. Order key. Yeah, I do. Oh, that strap came off again. I don't know why. It's not like it's broken or anything. Fix it without taking it all off. Can't think and talk and fix my back strap all at the same time. Viking Village. I got 3 of the vending machine sets that you're staring at right now while I try to get this strap to go back on, which is seeming to not want to do that. So we're just going to hold the camera. I like that strap thing. It seems to be sometimes more trouble than it's worth. All right, so we got the 4 of those. Need 4 of the other side. In the light blue gray. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. All right. 7-3A. We're just gonna move all this back. Got 3 of those. 1 to build for myself, which is over here. We're gonna use it for my partner's piano studio for her students. We decided to change that so we didn't have to worry about losing those orbs, because those are not a common piece yet, and we don't want students to take them home with them and then we run out of them and then no one can use it. So we might put in, you can buy 1.5 inch, which is the diameter of this balls, 1.5 inch orbs, capsules I guess they're called, to put prizes in, which should work in that thing without issue. So that is those. So I got that, and I'm going to part out. I need to part out the figures from it. Of course, I'm a little late to that game, so I'm sure the value has dropped and everyone's gotten what they wanted out of it. But I have 2 more unopened ones to be able to part out as well. I got them with like big discount and points and something else. Good GWPs. So that's new, and I've got 8 of these Chinese New Year sets to part out. They still have a good part out value despite having been out for a while. So that's good. Those are just parts, nothing fig based in there. Got like 5 or 6 of these on clearance. I paid $10.49 a piece. They're normally $35, and so even at 1-to-1, I'm still getting basically 3x part out. I got some of those Wednesday sets that I've been there for a while. You've seen them before, I'm pretty sure. And then 4 Animal Crossing ones, I paid almost nothing for. I didn't pay $35. That one was ring up differently than that tag. I did pay, yes, $24 a piece. They're normally, I think, $80. So an excellent value there, less than a third of the cost. And that does have a good part out as well. So those are all in my queue to part out in addition to the fig parts there, fig parts here, fig parts there, fig parts there. Yeah, so a bunch of stuff to upload, a bunch of fig torsos. I had my kids color sort my basic torsos, just the city ones and whatever. So I'm color sort it so then I can go through and upload a bunch of the same ones at the same time, kind of thing. If I care to build out figs, I can, but I don't really right now. All right, 7, 3. Don't let me forget those. Don't 3B. 6 dark red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Used. That was B, which also needs 6, so I need to pull a different 6 from. Okay. I'm going to put these in before I forget them, because I have done that more recently than I care to admit. So yeah, just the store's been on a bit of an autopilot, just kind of fulfilling orders for the time being, so I can focus on rebuilding the freelance machine. Yeah, that's more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. All right. Yeah. So then, stores on pause. Not pause, but I'm still obviously fulfilling orders, or whatever. But like uploading stuff, spending time sorting, that kind of stuff. I put a pause on for the time being so that I can focus on getting the freelance, my contacts back up and everything. In order to get the main source of income. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 10. B, new. What else? These drawers have been awesome. Close this thing. There, light with cinema there. These drawers have been awesome. So like I've got, several small amount parts in there. Plus I've got some that are basically just a big dump, because it's a lot easier than digging through a gallon-sized bag when that gallon-sized bag is pretty full. So that's where that becomes more handy to have them in here. Offloading some when my D-size drawers, just the normal skinny acro drawers, get full and where it's tough to close them. But they're not really enough to put somewhere else. They're great in these or stuff that's less used, like these hubs. Perfect in a situation like this. So definitely appreciating those drawers. Oh, poopy dukes. So that's in here. The downside of all of this backed up is that I have basically no room for anything else at the moment. Then I'll have to do a whole lot of shuffling to get to anything. Yeah, these drawers are tough to get into just because of my backlog of sets that need to be cuttered out. too full, and it's like not shaped well to small overflow 9 is of course down here below, but I can move this out of the way at the very least. You're just getting the whole tour of everything process. And of course, being one-handed now, I have to slow down my abilities. What abilities? Let's be new. All right, open waters again. 12.4. I'm needing 5 dark blue gray. Always make sure you close your little baggies. I won't blame my child, but she did at one point. Put a bunch of stuff away in one of those bags and then didn't close it. So when I went to pick it up, it dumped a whole bunch of them into the other one. So just make sure if you do this kind of system, your inner bags need to be closed up every time. $17 for I'm more clumsy today than I have. I don't know why. Because I haven't recorded in a while. Even though I said I have recorded a bunch and just haven't posted it, I also have not recorded much since a while or in a while. I hate this drawer. This drawer's stupid. Whoa. Minor playwear. Is that minor playwear? His arms are like different color. Is that on here? Alright, I'm going to change those arms for him because that's not acceptable. It's amazing the things I come across that past me did. I'm like, why did I let that be approved? 58. One of those for order A. 63. Ooh, mask thing. Once again, order A is stuffed to the rafters. 65. Ooh. Okay. Used. 82. Oh, that shouldn't be 82. No, maybe it is. Yeah, okay. So maybe Dumbledore's. Maybe Chima. I don't know. The lavender color's particular and uncommon. Another 82 there. Captain Jack. 103 all the way up. Five of them. 5 black ones. 2. 3. Where are you? There. All right. Looking ridiculous. I'm gonna have to split that up some more. Okay, they also want 5 gray ones, dark gray ones. Dark bluish gray. This is a decent sized order. I didn't realize this order was this big. Thank you for your business. 3, 5. Hello, kitty cat. Oh, toes, toes, toes. I'm always talking about my toes. Not always, but occasionally the camera catches up and like, toes. Just, you know, to play with all of the OnlyFans feet jokes. Scratched wear. Okay, good. As long as they were all aware. Just got scratched and wear. My partner, my wife, she gave me the option of my birthday, which was 3 weeks ago now. Which yes, this has lasted me 3 weeks. Get some grow out. Pardon the mess on my toes. Hit my toes all the time and end up getting scratches and boo-boos and crap. Anyhow, she gave me the option of, what do I need? 6 silver. Going to get my hair cut, like a nice fancy style barber cut. Getting a massage, which I've had a couple of times. Or for Essex, more for order A, or getting my nails done as a pedicure. And for me, I get decent haircuts when I can. It's not like I'm happy going to a Sport Clips kind of place. I'm not a picky person when it comes to hair. Hello, kitty cat. You're up higher now. Where is it? Down the bottom somewhere? No. 215. This is the next one. There is too much in this drawer, by the way. That is not a wise thing. Why? No. Come on. There we are. Dark tan. Okay. It's used. More use. So I already get nice haircuts from time to time. It's not like a thing for me, and I'm happy to go to wherever kind of great clips place. I don't need anything particularly crazy. So that wasn't a necessary draw for me. I like massages. They're good in the moment, but then to me, it's kind of like, well, once they're done, they're done. I don't necessarily feel like, oh yeah, I'm super limber now, or I don't feel like a major difference after they're done. I'm sure there is. And hello, kitty. Yes, hello. Sorry if you're allergic to cats and you get my orders and you start sneezing. So that wasn't a huge, oh man, I gotta get a massage kind of thing. But nails, I do like getting my nails done. I like getting my toes done. I like having my feet done. It's comfortable. It feels great in the moment. And it also lasts, which to me I like a lot. About 10. That's every single one of those. Also for order A. My goodness. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. So I opted for pedicure. I have a great time getting my feet done overall, because I'm sure you've seen my heels before and they're not anything great to look at. And they're on the table right now. But hello, kitty. Come on. So I have to get my toes on, and I got to thus enjoy having painted nails for the 3 weeks now. So it's a gift that keeps on giving, and I appreciate that. All right, and yeah, all that to say, name has changed. We are back. Going to be doing my best to keep the stream of content going, because there is plenty to do here. Is there anything particular you want me to say, talk about, go over? Feel free to drop that in the comments. Hello. And yeah, I'm gonna figure out which two are the druid, and then pack these orders and switch Han's arms over to some much tan arms, because those are terrible. I can't believe that was ever something I listed. Minor playwear is minor playwear. Heavy discoloration of arms is something entirely different. So yes, thank you so much for coming along with me on this video journey. This is a 46 now minute clip, so I'm going to let you all go. Have a lovely day.